Oh, they changed it. All right, that's fine. Banter. All right. So, banter question for today is: have you seen somebody that you rejected, and you saw them, like you rejected them? He's like, nah, not for me. But then you saw them, and you was like, dang, maybe I should have given that nigga a chance.
Or that woman a chance for you?
Yeah. Duh.
No. No.
No regrets?
Nope. No, I don't have it. I don't have nobody that I said no to, and I was just like, you know what? No.
That's good.
Because I really go off of vibes, and if I'm not into you now, me being into you later is it. I don't want to say it's superficial, but it's probably because it's extra dry out here in these streets. But you were never my first, what's the word? My first
choice.
And why would anybody want to not be someone's
So you never been in a situation where the first choice was the wrong choice?
Absolutely.
So why not this? Well, can't be the second choice. Be the
because I already said no. For the ones I said yes to and I fucked up, if I not already said no, there's no reason for me to go back and spin the block.
There is a reason to go back.
Why?
Because you saw what number one was like.
Yeah, but I found attraction or some type of chemistry or something that was there for me to even entertain that conversation or that situation. But if I don't have any chemistry or attraction or anything that's holding me in a position like that, no, I don't got it for you, sir.
Of course, if there's nothing there, then there's nothing there.
That's it.
But there's nobody that was like, you gave a chance, and it was like, nah, this ain't it. And then you see them again, you're like, dang, maybe I should have just stuck it through.
No. No. And if I ever did, they probably married or had some kids, and I don't want them now, so it don't matter. It really don't matter.
For me, no. I have not been in those situations. In that situation, I'm straight.
Yeah, no. Like, if I wasn't feeling you then, I'm probably not gonna be feeling you now.
I feel you on that.
And if I am feeling you now, it's just leave me alone. I'm probably not in the greatest space.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm probably sad and just need somebody's attention.
Oh, like Meredith Grey?
Who?
I've been watching Grey's Anatomy. Throw up in a cup.
Throw up in a cup, nigga?
Yeah, why not? Why won't you throw up on yourself?
I would never throw up on myself, and I'm not gonna throw up in a cup. I'll just go to the bathroom and I'll throw up like a person.
What if you could make it?
I think I could. I think I would know if I had to throw up.
Okay. I don't know your body.
And you never will, Greg.
Oh, shut up.
Well.
Just saying. That the cup was there.
I'm good.
Straight?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take that out though, but I was just like, it came out of nowhere.
Good.
What was that noise?
Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepare?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong. Gigi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. This is Convo 149. Welcome to Convo 149 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I'm the person that talk first.
G.
And sitting next to me is my sister. How are you, Gigi?
I've had better days, but I won't complain.
I won't complain.
I've been alright. Work has been getting better for me. Life has been getting harder for me, and I'm just trying to be alright. To be honest with you, I'm just trying to take. I feel like I come off like I want everybody to take accountability, but I feel like there's some things that I need to start taking accountability for myself in order for me to be in better spaces, because I'm realizing that it's easier to tell somebody what they doing wrong, but sometimes I just gotta reflect and kind of focus on me and revamp on what I'm doing so I can be better.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, so.
Look at you. That's growth.
Yeah. This time frame has definitely told me February ain't shit, but it definitely has put things in perspective better for me. Now more than ever, and I just feel like I just need to be more accountable for the situations that I'm in instead of blaming other people for being in them.
Whoa. I wrote that on my bottom.
Are you serious?
You are responsible for your actions. External forces may play a role, but you are ultimately responsible.
That's the truth. It puts you in a position where you're just like, like shit is real, or things happen, especially when it comes to your choice of who you're interacting with or the time that you spend with whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's like at the end of the day, like regardless of how it has manifested itself, you made that choice.
1,000.
Nobody else made that choice. You made that choice. So it might have ended up great, good, indifferent, bad, ugly. You don't want to talk about it, but it was the choices that you made at the end of the day.
1,000%.
And so that's just where I'm at, where it's just like you can't really keep blaming other people on anything else, because you decided that either you want to allow them to continue to be in your space, or you've just been in a situation where it's just like that you may need to change your space in order for you to be a better person. What about you, Greg?
I could hug you.
Why?
That is growth.
You never thought that you would see that in me?
I didn't say that.
That's how you made me feel. When you say growth, like you didn't think I was gonna grow?
No, I didn't say that either.
Oh, okay.
Just can't acknowledge that growth. Pause. That sounds mad wild. Yeah, life be lifing, and when lifes, you do two things. You do one or two things. You let it keep lifing, or you figure the shit out. I'm gonna figure the shit out.
You always do, Greg.
I appreciate that. Yeah, perspective. I would say it's been a big word for the past couple of weeks. Perspective. And try to make sure that I have the right perspective, not the. My motto: don't focus on the negative.
Understood.
Shit can always be better.
You're right, but if I don't acknowledge the negative, then I can't be better.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
That's just where I'm at. It's like if I see that there's all this negativity around me and I'm not doing nothing about it and I'm just complaining about it, who am I?
See, that's the thing. That's usually what irks me about people. They complain and don't do nothing. Like, I think there's this misconception about me that people think that I just ignore the negative things. No. You address it. I mean, you say it out loud, you address it, and you move on.
Yeah, it's not always that easy. Some people don't like to face.
I'm not saying that it is easy.
Like, some people don't like to face confrontation. Some people don't like to deal with confrontation. Some people don't like to deal with just bad news, period.
For sure. And I feel sorry for those people.
It's not that. It's just that the way that they live, like they try to block out all the negative energy, although they may have put themselves in that.
And I feel bad for those people because you could never move on in life. I don't. Let me not say. In my experience, when you don't deal with your shit, there's no way possible that I've seen people move on. From relationships to jobs to anything.
Understood.
Deal with that shit, people.
Yeah.
Yo, we are happy. I promise y'all. It just don't sound like it. But we here.
I'm screaming.
Me and you.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So my topic for today is, have you ever found yourself in a relationship that's not a relationship?
No. Wait. Is that way too quickly?
Mm-hmm. I think you did too.
Still. Romantically?
I think it could be on all sides, because I sometimes, because I have a conversation for all of them.
Me too. That's why romantically, no.
Okay, and a friendship?
Absolutely. Everybody want to be my friend.
Okay.
And I'm not there for them.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to say to those people who thinks, because now I'm just like, should I question my relationship with you?
Why would you need to do that?
I don't know, because at this point,
have I said we're friends? The fact that you got to think about that, you should get out my house.
Greg, you're my best friend.
Okay, so.
But that don't mean that's how you feel about me. I've realized that there's people that call you their friend and they believe that you are there and you're
I don't like the term best friend.
Okay, you don't like it? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because this seems kiddish to me. Granted, you could use whatever term you want.
No, I don't care how you feel about when you say kiddish, it's just like, I think that there's different tiers of friends, right? And I think that, especially as a woman, I have to explain to these men that I don't have these friends, quote unquote, right? I need to explain to them how, like, these are men that I see as my brother. So I will call them my best friends or my brother. Obviously, we're not genetically related, but these are men that are in my life. So it's like, for me, I have to find a term that makes sense for the men in my life when I meet them, because some men are not comfortable with having other men in your life. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to change that for no man, because these have been the men in my life. They've never questioned me or put me in positions where I feel like I need to do something crazy. Like, these are men that I trust, especially knowing that my dad's not here. Like, I have my circle of grown men that I see as my counsel outside of my mom or any other woman that I know. So I need to let I'm out here. I would like to let my person know that I do have men that are closer to me, like women are close to me, without him feeling some type of way about it. Because I do understand that men are not always comfortable with women having males as friends.
Mm-hmm. Understand. For me, like, all my friends are on the same level, whether y'all want to believe it or not. But y'all are all on the same level.
I don't believe that.
I said, whether you want to believe it or not, y'all are all on the same level.
Yeah,
what I would do for Gigi, I would do for Jackie, I would do for Drew, I would do for Khalil, I would do for Will, I would do for G, I would do, like, that's why I don't have a lot of friends.
You have a lot of friends.
I don't.
But you do.
No, people claim I'm their friend.
I'm screaming.
Don't have a lot of friends for that reason. Mm-hmm. It's stressful to have friends.
I believe that, but I've also lost a lot of friends, which I realized with my personality, because if I'm going through something, I tend not to talk. I tend to, like, shut down and just not be present, because I need to, like, get my energy back so I can be the person that everyone's used to me being. And I realized with my friends that they don't like that. Most of my friends don't like that. And I lose a lot of friendships because when I'm in my shutdown period and I'm not able to articulate to them what's going on with me, they feel some type of way and they need to remove themselves because they don't like it.
That's not a friend then.
I think that I think that even in a relationship, because I feel like friendships are relationships without it being romantic, right? Mm-hmm. If I don't tell you something's going on with me, or I'm upset, or I feel some type of way, how would you know?
I wouldn't.
So my thing is like, how do you
But
trust
a friend, if you consider them a friend, you would tell them.
That's not how I move. Just because I consider
It's not true at all.
No, it's not. Because I'm not always just because I have the people that I care about doesn't mean that everybody that I care about, regardless of the depth that I care about them, I'm always able to share my feelings. That's not who I am.
Well, I don't have that experience with you.
Okay, because we have a different tier of relationship where I'm able to have that. But there's people that I'm close to that still don't know who I am. They don't understand what is really going on with me. And
you consider them a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By all means. Like, because there's nothing that I wouldn't do for them or I feel like they wouldn't do for me. They just don't know everything about me.
That makes no sense to me.
It's not. Why?
Because all of my friends know me.
Yeah, but you don't share everything about you with me.
What don't I share with you? That is the biggest I feel like you think I be holding something back. Gigi, there's nothing you don't know about me.
I think that when you're ready to share it, you will. I don't think.
But you don't. But
eventually, but I don't think that I immediately know. And I think that could be the same thing to say to me. But it doesn't mean like if I'm going through something immediately right in front of me, doesn't mean I'm always sharing that with everybody.
Of course not. But the thing is, but even if it takes me a while to tell you, you still will find out. That's what I mean by you know me. Because if you didn't know me on that level. If I was going through something I didn't tell you right away, like you said, those friends, that's how you lost friends before. Like to me, that's not a friend. If you know me, you know I'm not going to talk about my problems while I'm going through them. Like you just know that about me.
That's true, but I can honestly say, for me, and in my situation, that everybody that I felt like believed that I was so close to them that last year for me was one of those pivotal moments where even people that would know even when I shit wrong wouldn't know anything about me because I wasn't sharing it with them.
That's fair. I don't know. I just think you got to give people their time. Like whatever space and time they need. If I consider you a friend. Like if last year, I gave you space and opportunity. When you was ready, you was ready. Anytime somebody's going through something, you can sense it. Like, oh, you're clearly going through something. I'm not going to pressure you about it, but just know I'm here.
Sounds good, Greg. That hasn't always been my experiences.
I feel you.
And I think that's why I'm always like having new friends through phases of my life. Like, I don't have anyone like. I mean, no, that's not true. I do have people that are consistent in my life throughout the years, but like, as I've grown into the individual that I am, I've lost friends because they didn't understand that about me. Mm-hmm. And I get that because I get so. What's the word? So locked into someone where I'm here, like I'm here for you, and then at that same moment, like I'm no longer there because I need to be there for me, and I think that it's not their fault. Like I said, it's about taking accountability, and sometimes it's like, yes, that person understood that I needed some space, but I've never given you the misconception that that's the type of person that I am. Who am I to blame you for how you feel? I've now, this person that's always been present all the time, picking up the phone all the time, good, bad, or indifferent, decides that they now no longer communicating to you the way that they used to. It's gonna make you feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to understand that, like, if I do want genuine relationships, even if I don't want to talk to you, it probably would be okay for me to say, hey, bro, I'm not gonna be good for the next week or two. If you don't hear from me, I'm going to be all right. Is that ideal? Absolutely, because everybody don't do it. But I'm realizing that in order for me to harness some relationships, because of understanding the person that I'm now becoming, is that I do need some time. There's days and spaces where I don't want to talk. Not because there's nothing that you want to say bad to me. I just don't have the energy for you to do that. So I got to take a few steps back, and I have to acknowledge that there are other people that are maybe thinking about me in a way where I'm not even thinking about myself, and they should be at least acknowledged to let them know that I'm good. I'm not here.
For sure.
So it's about taking accountability. Like, those people may have not been my friend in the capacity that I needed them to be, but they never had the experience of me being that person.
Yeah.
They never had the experience of understanding that there's times where I literally will shut down for months and you won't hear from me. Like, I died and I come back like I never left. And it's not always fair to people because they bank on either the conversations with me or checking in with me, or even sometimes I might give them some type of something for them that I didn't realize I was doing, and now it stopped.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that going forward, I need to start being better with that if I want to have long-lasting relationships, because I think people think I don't fuck with them like that, and it's just like, I'm just not fucking with me.
I just think that when you say that, it's like, that's on them. That can't be on you. Like, it can't be on you. Like, as a person who doesn't, okay, when I'm not right mentally, like when I'm fucked up, it's impossible for me to talk it out loud with someone. It's like damn near impossible, because then I start to wormhole. So I usually don't talk to no one. Sure, you could probably visibly see it on my face that I'm going through something. You always say my energy is different. Cool. But the reason, and this is why I say I don't have a lot of friends, because the people who know me knows when I'm going through something, it has nothing to do with you. Just chill out for a minute. Greg coming back, just give Greg a minute.
Yeah, I wish I had those relationship dynamics. But I feel like we both go into relationships different. I meet strangers and they think I'm their best friend.
That's true. I don't want to.
So it's different. You're very like kind of standoffish until you actually really fuck with somebody.
True.
So for me, like when someone just sees me with full energy and then tomorrow I'm like on zero, they can't fathom how that works.
That's fair. That's fair.
But to go back to my original question of finding yourselves in a relationship that you're not in.
Yeah, people think I'm their friends all the time.
I think that it has happened to me because, yes, people think, and I'm okay with that because I'm very friendly. I don't come off, I'm very genuine into my friendliness too.
I'm not okay with that.
I'm genuine to my...
No, people thinking that I'm their friend and I'm not. That paints me as a bad person.
No, I don't think so.
You just gave me the look like, oh, that's fucked up, and now I'm questioning my friendship with you.
No. I know it's fucked up because I'm realizing that maybe our relationship dynamic has just been something to appease me and not something that is genuine.
My God, yo.
Like,
I was about to tell you something real disrespectful.
Anyways, let's go back to the people is that I've been in situations because I know my personality is that I'm very friendly, and I think that, and even in relationship, even sometimes career dynamics, that people kind of get attached to me in a sense where it becomes personal. It's no longer a work type of dynamic or friendship type of dynamic. It becomes something that's personal because of how genuine that I am, and I feel like sometimes it becomes a bit much for me because I can't help who I am. That's just, this is who I portray myself to be. No, this is who I am. Like, I genuinely like to talk to people, but then I've also realized that it puts me in positions sometimes where I'm either putting myself in a position where I've set too high of an expectation for someone to expect from me, or I find myself in a position where I've now taken on responsibilities that I wasn't ready to take on. But on a romantic level, I think that in the time frame that has changed for me so much that I can see myself, or I have seen myself, for the most part, fall into dynamics where it's just like, what are we doing? Because right now I feel like I'm in something, whether you're supposed to be this close friend, quote unquote, or my person, quote unquote, that I'm doing, or I'm moving, or I'm thinking, or I'm feeling a lot of things that are not.
Is that why titles are big for you?
Why do you think titles are big for me?
I think we've had a conversation before where you was like, you just want to know what it is.
But that don't have to do with a title.
Why not?
Because a title doesn't make what it is what it is. Like, this can just be an understanding between two individuals. Like, I'm not looking to be somebody's woman. If you're not looking for a woman, then I'm asking you to tell me that. Don't have me sit here thinking I'm playing house with you, and at the end of the day, you just trying to have somebody to fuck on from time to time. Then we can have that conversation.
So someone says that, like, you're my woman, right? What do you take that to be?
Did I agree?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
I've had situations where people say that
You
I'm
agreed.
there. Okay, I agreed. Well, then there's
What do you take that to be?
that I'm now exclusive with this person if I agree.
But you're his woman, because he said you're his woman, and you say that he's your man.
And we agreed, yeah.
And you agreed.
That means we had a conversation.
So if he was to go and step out or fuck somebody else, is it cheating?
Depends on the type of dynamic that we'd agreed on.
You just said you was exclusive because that's the understanding that you had.
That is my first response. But after listening to what you're saying, at the end of the day, it's what we agreed on. If we decided to be exclusive at that moment, then yes, that's an issue.
Okay.
If we decided that we want to be in an open relationship, or you want to be solo poly, or you want me to be your primary, or whatever, secondary, whatever, we've had a conversation about.
Boyfriend, girlfriend doesn't matter to you.
No, husband and wife matter to me. Boyfriend and girlfriend is a sound of words that sound good to somebody that want to be with somebody, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, like, I'm at this age where having a boyfriend or girlfriend means nothing. It absolutely means nothing to me anymore. Either you're going to be my person or you're not going to be my person. Are we working on being exclusive to each other? Are we going to be exclusive to each other? Or are we going to have a dynamic of a relationship where we have each other and we're having other people?
So if you got in a relationship today, what is the point of the relationship?
That you have your person. Your person can be any. For me, my dynamic.
If you got in a relationship today, what will be the purpose of this relationship?
To have somebody outside of my guy's best friends to have my safe space.
What are you leading toward? What are you trying to lead toward?
Eventually, marriage.
You gave me shit about that. Because I said to you, what's the point of getting in relationships if the end goal is not to be married?
Because everybody don't want to get married.
I'm not talking about everybody.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It was like everybody don't want to get married. If
Fine.
you're talking about subjectively, do you want me to tell you how I feel about you?
What about, no, you can't tell me how to feel about me.
No, I told you. Do you want me to tell you how I feel about you, not how you're supposed to feel about you?
Okay.
Okay. I think that as a man that has been married, I think there is a time span, although, like, by all means, everybody's time span is relative, to have some time for yourself and be able to explore the idea of being in a relationship again. Does that mean you have to get married again? No.
No.
But I haven't been married before, Greg.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Because my main point was that when we was arguing the fact that people get in relationships just to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's dumb to me. If you're not getting in a relationship because you are trying to genuinely get to know this person and build toward marriage, then what are you doing?
Because everybody don't want to get married.
Even if you don't want to get married, it's like, what are you building toward? Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
You just playing with somebody's feelings, somebody's heart?
No.
You want to shack up and play house?
No.
Have kids?
Well, that's subjective. That's a possibility. But I think that some people, even some people that have been married already, understand that they don't want to be married but want a companion. So you can still live your life in a functional way where you don't have to be married to someone to feel committed to somebody. You can literally just have a companion that wants to spend time with you just as much as you want to spend time with them. Everybody, because either they done it already, they don't want it, and they don't care for the institution of it. I think that marriage in itself, sometimes, I think for me, it just gives me more security in the relationship that I'm in. But at the end of the day, like, it's really just paperwork. Because it is not. It is because you could be in a relationship with someone for years and never get married and still be the same person that you were before. I've seen it. I've seen it where people...
We've all seen it, but that is the problem why marriages fail. Because people think it's just some papers being signed, and it's not the case.
If you decide not to be the genuine person that you are because you don't have paperwork to put behind the fact that you're married with someone, what is the difference?
I'm a firm believer... we here now. Marriage, to me, in my personal opinion, you talk to someone who has a failed marriage. I believe marriages fail because there is no moral background in the relationship. When you think of, if I'm a religious person, I'm a spiritual person, I believe in God, I'm a Christian. In the Bible, if you go with the biblical sense of marriages, there's two people under God saying that they are one. If you have that moral background or that moral foundation of your religion, whether it's Islamic, Buddhist, or whatever, you're not ever getting separated. Ever.
It's not true.
I 1000% believe
if you're
that.
in an abusive relationship, you got to get out.
Because now you're adding stuff. If you're being abused, of course, why would you stay? That's dumb.
It happens.
It does happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't. And if one person is being abusive in a relationship, then they're not living their marriage according to scripture.
But then that's also subjective on the religion that they grew up in.
What religion tells you to beat your wife or beat your husband?
I'm not going to comment on that, but there are religions where, regardless of the situation, that you don't leave.
No, of course. Christianity is that way too. But I'm saying, what religion tells you abuse your spouse? What religion tells you dishonor your spouse?
I think religion, and I don't want to continue on this conversation if that's okay, but I think it's really subjective to the reader or learner or person that's and experiencing that religion.
Okay. I 1000% disagree with that.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. But to square off my topic was that you haven't been in a situation where you felt like you're in a relationship and you're not in. And I feel like I have been. But I also think that this is something I probably realized that I put myself in without even knowing. So it's more of a me thing than anyone else.
Like you allowed the person to think that?
Both. I think I allowed myself to think that, and I think that I may have allowed other people to think that too.
Oh, you thought you was in a relationship with someone?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, absolutely. Only because of like how all the pieces were moving, how relevant I thought I was at that moment, and like how it was so easy for me to just be a part of their lives regardless of the dynamic of what it was. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think that I probably felt like we needed to talk about it, but in my mind, like, I had my man. That was my man. And I was going to show up for them regardless. Mm-hmm. But the problem was that we never had the conversation about it. And so at the end of the day, if anything would have popped off or happened, which fortunately for me it hasn't, they could easily say, but I'm single. You're not my woman. And there was nothing for me to say for that.
Understood.
But it was these things that would occur or conversations that would happen or things I would experience where it was just like, then who am I? Because you treat me exactly how a spouse would treat their person. But that's, at the end of the day, the conversation is really based off the individual that's feeling that way. Because if someone hasn't told you what it is, and if you asked and they haven't given the answer, for you to assume is on you, it's not on them. But for you to have an assumption that is based off the idea that they're not answering, letting you know that they're not with it, then that's different. But if you assume and you already just decide that you just want to take the ride, it's not on them no more.
True. You think that applies also to family?
Absolutely. I think it goes into, that's why I like the topic, was so vague, because it could expand outside of romantic. It could expand on friendships, because like I said, like even when it comes to friends or people that I've met, people can meet me and think I want to be in their lives forever, and I don't show up after tomorrow because of the conversation, because of just who I am. Like there's certain people that I keep close on a consistent basis, and there's certain people that I interact with, and it's a moment in time. And then even with family, like I am family oriented by default. Is that a great thing? No. But I understand that at the end of the day, like, you don't really fuck with me like I think you fuck with me, even though I show up for you. Because if I ever ask you for anything, now there's an excuse or a reason why you can't do it, or you telling me to go find somebody else to do it. But once you need something, you back in full effect like you never left.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I agree with that.
You good with the topic? Anything else you wanted to share?
Nah.
What's your topic, Greg?
My topic is, who is the homewrecker?
Okay, give
So
me
here's the scenario.
I was going to ask for it.
Right? Brad and Meredith are in a relationship.
Not Brad and Meredith.
And because it's always the man. Meredith decides to go sleep with John. And now John is being accused as the homewrecker. Mm-hmm. Of the three people in the scenario, to Gigi, who is the homewrecker?
Meredith.
Look at us agreeing. Why?
Because Meredith made the decision to step out of her relationship without leaving it.
1000% agree with you. Ding, 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 ding. I don't understand why the cheater always is called the homewrecker.
Because sometimes
or the person who's cheated with is called the homewrecker. Maybe. No, it's not even a maybe. Because I try to look at it from another point of view. And the only other point of view where I can somewhat see the cheater or the cheating party being the homewrecker is when they had a relationship with the couple. No? So if John was real tight with Meredith and Brad, I know y'all, I'm the godfather to y'all kid. And he still's like, but I love me some Meredith. And still do what he do. He's not a homewrecker?
No.
Why not?
Because Meredith decided to open the door. It's always a decision on the person that's actually in the relationship. It's not the person that's outside the relationship, because they have nothing to lose. All they could do is try.
Very true.
And I feel like if I'm in a situation, a good example is, got a call from one of my friends, and they asked me, they said, if you was married and you got a divorce, but you had already 2 people lined up, is that wrong? And I said, yes. If you're married and you've already decided that you have other suitors for you, you've already decided the marriage was over. You've already taken place and already interacted with these individuals to let them know that you may be interested, maybe not all the way, but enough to let them know that although you're in a committed relationship, that you're open to either stepping out. And if you're not able to step out, you're waiting for the opportunity too. So that means you already put the crumbs, the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, you checked out already. I agree.
To fuck it up. And I think that that's not, once you decide to be married to somebody, I'm not telling you that tomorrow if you tomorrow decide that this is not your person and you find other suitors, that is the wrong thing. But what I'm saying is, if you decide that you wanted to commit yourself to somebody and it's so easy for you to find somebody else, what was the point?
get married for the wrong reasons.
Well, yeah. What did you need out of that in order for you to commit to somebody that you didn't want to be with, to know that you wanted to be with somebody else? Now, does things end up being fucked up after? Yes. Some people show you their true colors after a while when you're married. I've seen that. I've understood that. But at the same time, to understand that you already also made that commitment to that person, and to know that at this point you've already had somebody lined up for you, put you in a position where it's just like, was you ever for me? Because if that wasn't the case, why are we wasting all this money to do what?
We need to have married people on the show. I would love to talk to them.
People want to be on the show, Greg.
Line them up.
So it's just like, I think that the homewrecker is not on the third party. Now, granted, you even put in perspective of, I know your situation, and I'm still trying to get in there. I still might be wrong, but whoever is able to be receptive to it is only equally wrong to me. So I'm not wrong at all. So I might be out here thinking that this woman or man have a person and I still want them. All they gotta do is tell me yes, that I have no dog in the fight, except that I want you. And if you're telling me that you want me too, it's no longer my problem anymore. This is a you problem.
Is say yes.
That's it. That's what Floetry said.
Sure is.
So
we are in agreement on this, though.
Yeah, no, I don't think that there is any true homewrecker, because at the end of the day, a homewrecker is only as good as the person that opens the door.
Absolutely.
And if you allow that, that means you either were missing something and you needed something else. And I'm sad for you, and I get that, because that happens to numerous people in relationships. But at the end of the day, it's just like, if you didn't want to be with this person, then you need to be honest with yourself on it. Now, does people have lapse of judgment? Just like I said, lying doesn't make you a liar. Cheating doesn't make you a cheater. But the idea that when you decide to make... Cheating doesn't make you a cheater.
Okay.
Sometimes circumstances, situations may adhere for you to be that person. Does it make it right? Absolutely not. But it happens.
Fair.
And I think that individuals in any circumstance can find ways that they may want to be that person. But again, like, it's better for you to just walk away. Like, if you ever felt like you needed to dip into any other pool than the pool that you're in, at this point, take a step back and realize why. If you can't fix it and you need to step away, then step away. We're in 2024. People co-parent. People deal with shit every day, not being together and being able to be the best selves that they can be, instead of allowing themselves to be miserable and end up murdering their niggas because they, or spouses, because now they feel some type of way. Nah, don't go to jail. Find love somebody else, or find love in you. I'm not going to jail. I be thinking about it, though. Sometimes I think about it.
I feel sad for our generation sometimes.
I do too, but I think that it's just how we've grown up and the experiences that we've had in the time that we've had. But it's like we're walking into a different age where it's just like, it's not about everybody else. It's literally about your happiness. And if you keep banking on somebody else to make you happy,
a fleeting feeling.
It doesn't have to be.
Just like sadness is a fleeting feeling.
I feel like it isn't. Sadness could be more fleeting than happiness, because it's supposed to be something that you generally have because you're...
No, just because you're trying to justify it. They're both fleeting.
They don't have to be.
Joy is forever. Happiness is fleeting.
Happiness doesn't have to be fleeting.
Okay.
If you're genuinely happy within yourself, then anything else that prohibits that, you will remove it from your space. Once you're genuinely happy with yourself.
No.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, and I don't totally disagree with you. It's just that, like, when people leave relationships because they're unhappy, let me make sure I'm prefacing my words right. Happiness cannot be the only reason why you decide to end a relationship.
Why not?
Because it is a fleeting feeling. At some point, you were happy. Will you get happy again? I 1000% think you will. If you can tell me that sadness is a fleeting feeling, happiness is the opposite of sadness. They're both fleeting emotions. So to end a relationship solely, not saying that it can't be a reason, but to end it solely on you being unhappy, I just think it's some coward shit.
I think that happens every day.
I agree. I think,
and I don't think that they actually, and I think that they end on an emotional level because people tend to step out. Mm-hmm. And because it's so fleeting, like you said, that they believe that once I step out and I come back, it should be back to what it was. Nah. And once you do that, that's what I'm saying, is like once you step out of those lines, it's hard for you to go back.
No, I agree. I 1000% agree. I 1000% agree. I just think that just to say, to end, and I'm going to the gusto, but to end a marriage just because you're unhappy, nah, that doesn't work for me. And granted, I experienced it, and to this day, I still don't agree with it.
Yeah, but you've experienced it, so it's understandable where, although you may not agree, it happens.
I never said it didn't happen.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any more thoughts?
Nah.
You think you're a homewrecker, Greg? Oh, did you think about it?
I had to, but no. No.
Have you ever thought that you were a homewrecker?
No, based on our definition, no.
I think I was.
Did you invite somebody in?
No, I think someone invited me in.
You're not the homewrecker. He's the homewrecker.
They
are the homewrecker then. What? Okay.
I think that if I was more cognizant of what they were missing out, I just think that I was being more selfish on what I needed. And so I just wanted to focus on that. But if I was more cognizant of what they needed, I think that it would have worked.
I'm totally confused.
I think that I became a homewrecker because I no longer wanted anyone to monopolize my time. But I felt like they needed me in order for them to be together.
Got it. Understood. Okay.
So I needed to, if I took the time to understand their relationship dynamic and been able to appease whoever needs them, then I wouldn't have been. But I think that because I was introduced.
You still wasn't the homewrecker.
I think that I could have been. I think I could have fixed it.
You could have fixed their home?
Yeah, by not interacting with them.
No, because they wanted to interact with you.
Yes, I get that. But I felt like I knew what I was getting into.
Yo, you be making me mad, Joe.
What? Why?
Because these are the things that I say to you all the time.
In what sense?
Like, if I know what someone wants from me and I decide to pull back, it's because I know what they want.
Yeah. Okay.
And you say that's crazy. And you're just openly saying the same thing.
No, I'm saying in that situation. I'm saying that when you say that, it's like, if you are honest with how you feel and where you at in a situation, if someone's honest with how they feel and where they're at in a situation, and they still decide to stay after hearing where you're at, that's no longer your concern.
Disagree.
Okay.
It's manipulation.
It's not, because I can shoot. If I tell you like this is not, I'm not with what you want to do. So if you want to be here, you can be here.
For sure.
I did nothing wrong except being honest to truth to who I am and where I'm at.
Were you honest to truth with them?
Yes.
So how were you the homewrecker? How could you have been a homewrecker?
Now you feel like you got me in a bind, because now that I knew, and I knew what I was doing, and I didn't care. Okay, fine. You win.
And we are going to put that on loop. Greg won.
Look at the topic. Greg won.
All right, everybody. Thank you. If you are are still with us at the end of this show. We are greatly, greatly appreciative of that. If you heard something that you did not like, go eat a Frank. We end every show with new dialogue. New dialogue is just something, a time in the show where we talk about things that we found interesting this past week or two. Got anything?
I've been watching. I watched Griselda on Netflix, which is about a woman.
Is it good?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It puts in perspective of why women can't always run shit, because we're emotionally driven, and sometimes and not saying that our intuition isn't wrong. Usually it is right, but when you mix it with drugs and alcohol,
I don't
power,
agree. Women can lead.
Yes, I agree.
Oh.
Unless you mix drugs, alcohol, and the infatuation of power, it becomes something that's manipulative and becomes something that's so toxic that you can't even trust anyone around you. But this was a woman that understood the game and left and created the game for herself. And even though there was hard times and tribulations, she found ways to figure it out. But again, when it came to drugs and alcohol, it manipulated her whole sense of self. And maybe it's not even a woman thing. I think every individual who ends up having power and uses any type of substance to soothe themselves or end up, putting themselves in positions where it may inhibit or take away from your business, it throws you off your game. That's where you slip up the most. Like, if you don't understand that, like, alcohol may be the detriment because you become too lax when in an environment where you need to be so observant and aware, you lose all the power that you think that you gained. But I thought it was a short series, but it was good. It does have subtitles, but it did put in perspective where I think that women endure so much pain, so much trials and tribulations, that they don't understand how we try to cope with it and how we're able to even sustain it or be able to deal with it on a regular basis. But she was one of the strongest women that I knew because she had 3 boys, and up until the moment that she got locked up and she didn't have control, that's where she wasn't able to protect them. But the storyline was good. I like that there was a woman that decided to take on her own fate and understand that she can do this on her own, and there were men that had to respect her because she was that bitch. It was good. It was a good series.
That's cool. I saw I had subtitles. That's the reason why I don't like to read.
I love subtitles, so that's my thing.
Yeah, nah, I watch TV, not read it.
I respect that. I respect that.
My new dialogue is, did you see the Monique interview on Club Shay Shay?
Mm-hmm.
So, listen. I'm all for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for content.
Mm-hmm.
But as black people, we gotta stop tearing each other down on public forums, yo. It's not beneficial for nobody. It doesn't help. I get she's just telling her story, and she's been shiced by her own people, and I get that. And it's like a double-edged. Okay, even with Cat Williams, the same thing. It's like, dang, this is why we could never progress. Like, this is why we could never come together as a people and fight for anything, because there's always tension between us. Like, we can't even get our own shit together. And I'm like,
but
damn.
Isn't that a part of the society that we grew up in?
I know. I'm not saying. Exactly. She even alluded to that. It's like we've been taught to do that to ourselves.
Yes.
And I 1000% agree with that. I think that's so sad.
But even on top of that, it's just like, but if you have been wronged by someone, regardless of their color, culture, or background, why are you not able to speak about it? And just because it's the same background as you, why are you not able to speak about it?
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like we always, as black people, we're always quick to talk about like, oh, they always come to the defense of the Jewish community, or they always quick to come to the defense of the LGBTQ community. That's because they don't turn on each other.
But they do. They just do it in the
Not
background.
as public as we do.
I hear you. But guess what? I feel like in those other cultures, they're more receptive to helping each other than to putting each other down. I think that in the black community, we're in a crab barrel. Like, there always has to be somebody that's able to get out, but there's always someone else to be able to pull us down. But at the same time, it's just like, if we don't really see that the people that we are looking up to and are holding the page of accountability and being able to help us get there are the same people that are holding us back, why are we not able? Like, we're now getting into a new age and a new time frame of where all these big corporations no longer are as influential as they were before. Sure. And maybe that was the reason why we didn't hear it before, but now we're in a position where we're realizing that, you want to know why a lot of us are not able to get through the door? Is because people that look just like us is holding that door closed. They're putting a lock on it. They're putting a padlock on it. And so why not put that on the forefront where it's just like, I don't no longer need to start
because it gives
idolizing
the other people ammunition to say, this is why they don't deserve anything.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it's just like, my own people are telling me that I'm not deserving. So it would be so much easier for some if we wouldn't be in this situation if we were all standing up for each other and we all wanted each other to get out the barrel.
1,000%.
But because we're still in the capacity, we're just like, in order for me to be this greatness that I am, you have to stay down here.
Yeah.
You can't make this much money, or you can't have these accolades because I need you to stay down here in order for me to be relevant. There is always going to be an issue. Sure. Other cultures don't have that issue. Everybody want to pull each other up. Everybody understands that there's a space and time where everybody can make money. With us, it's not that way. It's
you're stating the problem, which I agree with, and I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I'm just saying that it sucks that that's the way it is.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Like, that's like there is no solution to it.
But my thing is that, like, I don't think it's fair to put it on the people that have been victimized and now want to talk about it, because at this point it's just like, I haven't said anything because of your influence in my career. And so now that and I felt like that even working in corporations.
As much as they are the victim, so is the person holding the gate is the victim too.
Are they?
Yes. If we both just said that we have been conditioned to be this type of way based on someone else telling us to be that way, they're just as much as the victim as the person that they're victimizing.
So when you realize that you're a victim, you're telling me that I shouldn't speak because of the person that's holding the gate? No,
that's not what I'm saying at all. I think speak whatever you want to do. You can talk whatever you want. All I'm saying is the whole situation is fucked up, and this is why we as a people don't get nowhere in life.
But that's because of everybody that's controlling what we're doing in life. That's what I'm saying, is like, even the people. Okay, then we're on the same page, right?
It's like we are. I'll go a step further. Someone else is controlling us.
Absolutely. Okay.
And that's the fucked up part.
Understood.
So, yeah, that was the Monique interview was great. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. He did a great job in the interview. I just thought that shit was super. I think that mentality that black people have is just really sad.
I love that. Okay, I get that. I'm with it. But I get it at the same time. Thank you so much for making it this far in this episode. Greg and I want to tell you that we appreciate you appreciating us, interacting with us in this conversation. If you have any thoughts or views or want to share your thoughts on any of these topics, please don't be afraid to put them in the comments or reach out to us individually, and we'll definitely share your comments on the next episode. Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Yeah, you can find me. You can find me on X and Instagram at Greg Nelson 26. Follow the pod on X, TikTok, and Instagram at JustAConvo_pod. Listen to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Acast, or wherever you like to listen to your podcast.
I love that. And my amazing individuals, you can meet us. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY7. ARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you need to be reminded today, Greg and I want you to go be great.
G.
Gigi.